We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw. Especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
blade yet hungers, so do I. Come, let us feast on your flesh.
Your feasting days are over.
Want some more?
That's better.
I break your blood! I'll snap you like a twig!
There's a good boy. Those who kill for sport deserve no better.
Well,
Nothing escapes you, it's true.
good. Well, don't just stand there gawping. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here.
Blackthorn,
What is it?
I wanted to tell you that
I can't tell you. This is it then. Under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
Clive. So, what'll it be? No scratches, all right? That it? Fine.
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh, my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
telling you, it's true. I heard.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
You barely said, Dan.
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No.
But you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tong down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts? All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there a...
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts mecking. The sack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
Fools. Probably best to take it one piece.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else, I've got the designs and the list of materials. Show these to Blackthorn.
Well, I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Gone, just like that. And without so much as a...
What's the matter?
It's my... I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to load, though...
I'll see what I can do.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang. He used...
All right. Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me...
I am a sorry, selfish sod, aren't I? Certainly not a baker. Time was the sight of the Fang used to calm my nerves. But now look at her.
I take it you missed the Mother Christmas.
I hated her. But she was all I knew. I had to trade my... She was the only thing that could fill up. And now she's gone. What am I supposed to do?
Perhaps you could
recapture it? You know, I have to get back to...
Wait. Suppose you won't be needing an escort then.
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Ah, there you are. The man who lit a fire under my wayward apprentice, though I worry you might have...
Master?
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. Her steepled peaks, her fulsome spurs. True. And look, inside. Master...
I don't know.
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the tail.
We had to dig a new cellar.
Ah, Clive. You're
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures, rustlings in the undergrowth. It may be no more, given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing.
All right. Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
You all right, Sid? Something on your...
There is actually. Quentin tells me people have mentioned shadowy figures out in the wood.
Oh, that. I heard the rumours, mind, from the lads working over at the vineyard, but none of them has seen anything either.
All right. Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods.
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like
Where was this?
in Lorbert's Park. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it. Ran back here as quick as...
I see. Seems Lorbert's Pass is up. Best bet, then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate? You there.
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape!
Black Shield. Here. What the hell are you doing here?
What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on Lostwing? I need to warn Quentin.
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the temple.
Clive.
I found some black shields hiding near...
Black shields. Though they serve another master now. One who means to root out and destroy both. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the Stamidor. I had hoped I would have more time than this. And bite back.
I'm sorry. Who did the Black Shield serve now?
Because I want him.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built here...
I don't understand. Why him?
I was a member of the judiciary once. So sicken and fight it I did in my... I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned, and throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me.
So what,
I discovered that he hunted bearers. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. A means of ridding himself of his response, however, was rather more visceral. And he faced no punishment. I lost everything. The faith I had once held that any modicum of justice. So I set about enacting. I tracked down every soul who served him, but the man himself proved an altar with money and power, and so I saw that I would need an army of... I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting.
And everyone here knows this.
Of course. They too have lost, loved, seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All our wounds are the same. We know where he hides, how numerous, and what we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may...
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move My friends and comrade...
I'm not going to change his mind.
That his lordship's vultures should be found circling the village can mean only one thing. That he means to strike at us before we can strike at him.
Blackthorn.
Out with it.
It's for me.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Go on then.
She said you would know.
Krieger. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can... And I'll need help. Get Gavin in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave.
And,
Take a look at it. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at a temperature which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my... Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock.
Well, one of us...
And the...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up. You going after this? Which one of these two lucky souls?
Otto?
All right, then. Where do we find this stardust?
There's a river that runs through the southern region.
And I'm guessing... I'll head down there. See about...
All right.
Yous two take care, eh?
Just don't let the bug.
He wouldn't do that.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto? Otto, sorry I'm late.
Oh, Clive. I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this area's our best bet. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with his Stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boot.
But unlike any old fool...
Well spotted. Now get filling.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
How much did you get?
Enough.
More than me. Put it all together and I can't... Here, clock. Sid will be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he's... When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that 5 years on. You're the one to thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong, but I changed. And if you hadn't, I couldn't have done any of this without you.
Yo, give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on just like the old Sid. About time I was heading back, I reckon. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its toll on the old pins.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest when he...
Oh, but I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put...
Right. Ready to go home, boy? Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn.
Yeah. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be...
Nice to get out and about. Let's do it again sometime.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together. It will take some time.
Thank you, Black.
Suppose we'd better be getting back.
Give us a shout if you need it.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Black thought...
Excellent.
So,
The helm for this will be
salvage from the ruins.
but
I'm sorry.
just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's in it?
Oh, Sid.
Yes.
I'll show you. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed, excess heat is dealt... Now, in other words, this is where the helm comes in. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material. Why?
You can stop there. Mid, where would I find...
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need. It's no longer a matter of just walking.
I see. Would that help?
Oh, I'll gather my...
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind. If you're ready, we leave at once.
Come on. Be safe.
us. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about.
Of course. Anybody hurt? This must be our unwanted. Too slow. The things I do...
Sid!
You shouldn't have any trouble.
Indeed.
All right.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid.
Excellent.
And
Right. right.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going, which is why you need a prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. The helm and the plating are bulky enough. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just...
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would...
Tomes? Yeah, I've got all the details. Can you take this to him?
Right away.
Thanks to Sid, the man...
Hippocrates.
For you, Clive?
Oh, well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the...
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it, as you can imagine. She's struggling to find...
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of... pitch... I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need.
The other can assist me in research.
Can we count on your...
Always. Well...
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove So, Clive, who will accompany...
All right, so...
I have taken the liberty of preparing...
Garlic. Concha. Are you sure? This looks like the ingredients for...
Though these items may seem mundane, so much so it now...
Well, I was hoping to...
All right.
I'll see you later, Clive.
Good luck with your wreath. Now, where's Talia?
So
flavors, don't even.
Need to stock up on these.
There you are.
Ah, we shouldn't have any problems finding what we... But if time is of the essence...
All right.
Let's see. Meet me by the...
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
And what can I do for you? And a fine, fine day to you.
Buy, sell, or be gone. And
How the hell is anyone supposed to...
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine. I hope it's to your liking. You're always welcome here in Lostwing.
Hopefully Ty is finished too.
Fresh cuts! Come and get them. Up! You'll not find a bruised...
Well?
I did.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes then. He'll be waiting. We're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat. Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Kara when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tyre.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too, by all of us. Well, I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tomes so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet you back at the hideaway, all right?
All right. And thanks again.
I heard you the first time.
wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
Oh, I'm never drinking.
How's work on the shielding?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja, and now that we...
You can count on me.
What about the shield?
Work is underway.
Apparent.
Thank you.
Right then.
Of course.
Oh, and it was good to talk.
It appears our work... A shame. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, followed by a rig, perhaps someone will...
Leave it to... Thank you. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
No surprises there.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Clive. Here you go. Think you can help?
Think Mid might need some help.
Sorry to keep you up, but you'll be pleased to know that work on...
You found something
In a manner of speaking, he's supervising the construction.
brilliant.
Don't thank me.
Right then, to the black...
You know, when I got into the smith, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleed.
Displacement.
Same different. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. Let's take this out, Mid. You get all the parts lined up on the deck.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is...
It's finished.
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer.
Thank you. That's one down and...
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines and we'll be needing a...
You don't me.
Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in camp.
Good luck to them. Right, I'm off to get a sling for...
What's the matter?
Nothing. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shut, searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like, so if the worst came to the worst and every... That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last... But now she's so close to being... I don't want her to be just a lad. I want people to sail a border by... In a world where we're not just trying...
I'm working, and I'll do everything.
All right. As soon as sod our plan...
Are you sure?
Something tells me...
He'd be proud.
You,
I was.
Right. There's just one...
All right.
Aye, aye, Cap...
told me she was building a ship.
Here, Sid. Reckon you might...
Let's hear it.
Well, it's a lovely bit of kit. Probably...
I imagine Ty.
Prop!
So what exactly?
Not gave you... Crack the crystal too? You're joking.
Trouble with the ledgers. What could be wrong with Torgor? Hopefully it's nothing. Blackthorn.
Not really.
This won't take. I just wanted to ask that you might perhaps share.
But still, you got...
And that what?
A sword. The metal, you could slot.
So that's...
Nah.
And if you knew, we could,
That's...
I'll see what I can find. Sharper swords are always welcome, and we can...
You're a sword. I can't...
Thank you. Let's see what Karen... I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torg?
So you can read. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He used to love cracking the bones from... Didn't like. He not been working.
No harder than... Is that it, boy?
What was it he said he was?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with what?
I suppose things happened. Perhaps Hippocrates...
Instead of everything.
You're looking well.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single head.
Running around after...
I suppose, eh?
Little wonders. There's not many like that make it, which made it nice.
Can you tell me?
You think I'd suppose? Fine. Lordy, and he's got reckon he'll...
Thank you.
Oh.
I appreciate...
The nobleman who visited.
Lawsman.
He isn't it? She's rather... And if... It may well be that the both...
Even
good.
I'm never drinking again. Is that the thing Toes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
That's why I'm...
Shh, Otto. A little. Listen. I've some bad news, and it's that I can
Rocks.
And I reckon I'm sure.
I know.
Go.
Because... Well... I suppose this is goodbye, then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No. I don't. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Gone. The whole mother crystal. My reputation will...
Calm yourself, Lord Ign...
Pardon the intrusion.
Out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed.
Please. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of...
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good. Would you mind stepping outside?
I'm sorry if I've caused you...
That? No, no, no. He has been
I don't suppose... Then I'll... I don't suppose...
Ready, go? Yeah!
Time to fight.
got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
This must be nothing. All right.
I hear I have you to thank. What shall I call you, my...
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable... Well, Wyvern? Radim here tells me you wished for an...
A few moments of your time should...
You're a peculiar fellow.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword.
Oh, true. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands... It was made in the Outer Isles, far, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique... They believe no combat should ever exceed... Each sword is made for that one... There's a...
But how do they house it?
Why, they use a whetstone. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them ranging, but it is a mineral. And that... Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to... Take this. The very stone of which I spoke. Far rarer among... and a far more...
Thank you.
Pardon the intruder.
I am locked in bitter competition with the right... I am one.
And,
Too many to count, but only one do I consider, and is a perennial... Farewell, Wyvern, may our part... Radim!
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Coming, my lordship.
Trust Uncle Byron to find now. Let's see what Blackthorn makes of this what.
There's talk that the Glass Gate flood...
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you.
What am I going to do without sweet water and oil and talc?
Milady.
Gif. Oh my. Clive, you...
Otto asked me to give it to settle the hideaway's dead with the... and to compensate you for the time.
I thought you might finally be warming to. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the man owes me nothing. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly.
You once told me Cid did you a kind... I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's. For all of us.
Otto is lucky to have you. I doubt anything could ever replace his son.
Otto had a son.
Long ago. Yes. Cid told me Otto lost him when he was and blamed himself for not being... I don't know how it happened. Whether there was anything...
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Cid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrow. An ill habit. Given... Clive!
I wasn't but it seems we still... And though I...
A star, Ruby? It's worth at least...
Gob will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us. Deserve a rest. Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Now. Will it be enough, I say that answers my question, which means we owe the laws. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you. When did you get so big? That would feel good, boy. Toro. Bet you're all ready. Seems this one has a little more life left in it. All right, then.
over.
Back to sleep with you.
I noticed you. So, that'll teach me. All right, now we know what you're after.
Speaking of which,
You can, huh? In return, you can thank Toll.
I was just a moment.
Well, don't just stand there gawping. I don't know many flesh. If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
Sorry for that, but hopefully you'll agree.
You learned something about that?
I did bet. Yes.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever... Good luck on a...
Even so.
I think so, yeah. But there'd be no reply. I reckon we get a dozen swords that the curse... Nah. But finishing our blades with... And what's finer than just him? I won't make it.
I'm sure that just...
I'll be... Hey, I owe you... You... Clive. I'm saying for you, dear. And?
Ah, were you able to look?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us an
Very good.
Lady
Do you recall
about
and while the powers attributed to...
What do you suggest?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more, consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, and that number has only grown. As the realms, one can but speculate as to how...
He has seemed more...
And if I'm not mistaken, he...
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Good. Lady Catgoat tells me. Would you prefer the debt was...
What debt? Where'd you even get this? A decent
A cameo. Might be I already. You won't.
I hear you ended up thanks to the... Or sometime.
I've seen that, but...
Yeah, it was the only goblet Sid ever used.
I knew so little...
Before he died back with equipment. That was... Before the magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his neck.
Couldn't you and your family?
My family wanted the monster taken out. I couldn't turn my back on him, and I couldn't for the life of me. Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when... Him who swore he'd do everything he could. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army, threw away everything I knew then. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone Antonio told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction, and I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat were at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have. I can walk from here. Your Majesty. Your reign is over. Now to collect the air. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
What do you need? What do you want? Anything else?
Is it business or pleasure? Go on then. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Maid told me she was building a ship.
some help tidying up.
All right there? How's that hunt for...
I have it.
That's the stuff. You're a gent, Sid. Right then. There. The Telemon Malembic. And it was
very impressed.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder.
There's...
Don't be... Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours?
What?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alem. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough.
Well...
That's the spirit. Well?
It certainly feels...
Right.
Thank you.
No, for supporting Mid and the rest of us. And...
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. You earned this. All done?
All right, Clive. We'd finished sending half the hideaway. No excuses now.
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had...
She said that?
She...
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? She'll probably be halfway to camp.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Oboleth.
Yep. You in a hurry and all, are you? I offered to take... But anyway, I was gonna let... Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I would...
Thank you,
Don't mean...
What hiding? Troubling. Well...
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just say...
Well, but next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you sit.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work, just like when we built... Anyway, wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not...
Gav will be leaving with me.
You can go. Just be sure to give Sid and the others more.
Oh, by the... She's got...
I hope she... Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protégé's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?